I am so used to listening to videos in YouTube at 1.25 or 1.5 times the speed. When I turn it back to normal speed, dude, I start going to sleep. So maybe you'll do that with my video right here. And I'm okay with it. Rock on. Whatever you have to do to get through it, do it to it. This will be, I suspect, a feature-length flashlight tabletop review, Nutnfancy style. If you've never seen one, well, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, join my TMP Patreon. That's my donor service now. It's the reason I keep cranking out the videos. Working so hard for you guys. But yeah, probably feature length. I've got a lot to say about this light. I have a ton of experience with it. A ton. As I say, operationally. That is to say, not made up crap. It's actual stuff I do in TMP. Motorcycling, backpacking, camping, scuba diving, top water. I'm not talking underwater with these lights. Tactical shoots, soldier boy drills, a lot of that. Dude, I have so much experience with these lights, and I will say that this is still the reference standard for EDC lights. From what I know. Am I the end-all expert in flashlights? No. I'm just a user. But I have a ton of experience in lighting products. That's what I've always called them here in the project. We're in year 14 right now. It is during the coronavirus pandemic I'm filming this. I hope you guys are well, by the way. Project keeps cranking with your support. I have a ton of experience with this. It doesn't mean I go out and these days in TMP and get a ton of different lights and test them. Occasionally, I did a crop of ace beam lights like last year or something, and those were fantastic. I really liked them. Those were very positive reviews. But I will still maintain that this, for me, is the best EDC light in the world. And it's been that way a long time. So this is the S2R Baton II, the focal point of this tabletop review. The one I've been using forever, gosh, how many years? 7 years, are S20s. So S20s, S20Rs, I just unwrapped the tape off this one because this is a tactical illumination flashlight designed to go in my custom holder. Here's one of them right here, not made up. I told you they're operationally used. I just made this out of PVC pipe. So this sucker goes in here and I smack it. It's sized appropriately. And dudes, that's what illuminates the steel targets at night. For Soldier Boy, for tactical shoots, for just testing guns. I mean, I test after dark all the time. This light, the S20 series, and I have a bunch of them, maybe like 20. Dudes, they are outstanding. And this is its successor. So this is probably even better, the S2R. I've been EDCing one, and it's fantastic. That's what I'm saying, is I have so much experience with this light. That's what you're going to hear about. And I'll probably nerd out on the Olight Baton series. But let me tell you, it's warranted. It's warranted. Let me tell you the path I traveled to, and this is just me being I'm not really a flashaholic. I'm not. And I've said that before. Maybe early on in TMP, I kind of was, but then I had such a breadth of content. I can't just focus on flashlights or any one subject matter. But I did buy, and I'll come back to that, by the way, a ton of different lights. Nightcore, Phoenix, 4.7s. And so I tried a bunch of these, and this is a 4.7 Quark Mini AA. That's their old nomenclature. This is a great light. I really like it. But one reason I went away from these lights, and I do gear check you guys all the time, and you'll have the slender AAA or AA lights, and I'm talking about the power cells that power them, and you still get a pass for me for having a flashlight. I generally will not count your phone as a light, by the way, if I gear check you. Unless, this is a new development, don't know if you heard of this, unless you have an external battery for your phone. Then I'll give you a pass, because it's like, okay, because the light on your phone will go dead. Anywho, I ran these lights forever. Stream lights, and they're fantastic, but here's the problemo. They just don't have the burn time. That's one. And also, some like this light have a two-handed UI. So this is not a one-hand, unless you do this, and I talked about in the review many years ago. You can do that. and you can cycle through. UI is user interface, how you get to the different modes, okay? And I still use this one. Notice I didn't huck it. I was using it this week. And this thing is like 10 years old. But this blows it away. The S20 blows it away. The S2R blows it away. For that matter, maybe the S30R, discontinued by Olight. This is a Baton II. S30, bigger light. But the thing is burn time and UI. Oh, and another huge thing. Another huge thing, and I have mentioned this so many times on tabletops. Out of genre mini reviews on the Olight. Usually it's going to be the S20 because this is what I have. And I just recently bought, not given by Olight to me, but bought with your Patreon money, S2Rs. You can use them as a freaking headlamp with the clip. Dude, and it has a bigger power cell. So an 18650 powered EDC light that's relatively small, relatively compact, and it has a backward facing clip. So I just clip this as I've done for eons, like 10 years, on my ball cap, TMP cap, and now I've got an instantaneous headlamp. That's why I've stuck with it so long. Oh, and then going back to the desert, this. So here I am shooting in 20-degree temperatures, and I have, let's say I have an array of S20s, and that's, again, what I have, the S20s. And I'm not going to get rid of those and upgrade to S2Rs. These are fantastic lights. If you find an S20 or any of the older batons, they'll be fine. I'm focusing on the current version while I'm filming this, the S2R II, and maybe a 3 comes out, 4 comes out, I don't know. They'll all be awesome. But these don't fail me. I did have 4.7s go down on me multiple times. Phoenix lights go down on me, and I was using them in the same manner. Maybe not in this really cool holder I made, which has been epoxied and zip tied, painted fluorescent on the bottom, so I can see them, and they stab into the ground. In case you're wondering how this thing freaking works, it stabs into the ground, it points to the steel target, and you would be amazed at how much illumination they provide. But that is really a hard test for a flashlight. Think about it. So it's cold conditions. It's going to be on for 5 hours.
Oh, you know what?
Okay, see what I'm getting at of why I love this light so much? Oh, and by the way, if it goes down, now that's time. So now I have maybe a crew member or maybe a soldier boy candidate shooting at 400 yards on steel at night, maybe closer, maybe 200 yards, and the light goes out. And you know what I say? You guessed it. I say, oh, crap. There, I helped. Oh, crap is what I say. Because now I've got to walk all the way down there. These days I'm using the Wolverine if I can get it out there, but usually it's walking, and that's a lot of time. Bottom line is I don't have time for crappy lights anymore. Not in that application. They have to work. They can't go down, even in cold temps. And the S20s have just been fantastic. And the modes are perfect, so I don't have to go turbo mode, high mode. I'll briefly cover the modes too. So that's the S20, and I could go on and on with my experience. I mean, I bet you I use my S20s out of my pocket. I'm just talking EDC, not Nutnfancy shoots or nothing. 15 times a day. How about you? 15 times a day, I'm grabbing my light. I will go for that over, like, where's the light at? Oh, I don't really care. I've got my baton with me. I just freaking throw it on my cap, or I hold it in my mouth temporarily. Fantastic. And this one's beat up because it's been out in the desert. It's been used. And I just interchange them between EDC use, desert use, and they're just fantastic. A rave review, absolutely. Now, this is a current version, the S2R, and it's been improved. One of the improvements, dudes, check this out. It's smaller. Where's my name tape that says light and everything? Here it is. Huh. What do you know? What do you know? I've been ranting about this pretty much in most tabletops. Not every tabletop, but most tabletops I say, make it smaller, make it more compact, and then make it, well, more affordable if you can. That would be awesome, but more capable. I got to tell you, Olight is a fantastic company. They are so excellent. No, they did not pay me to say this. They don't give me free product. I go out and freaking buy it. I do. That's why I need your support. Join Patreon or whatever donor service I may use in the future. I prefer it that way, by the way. I don't. And they've offered, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. I'll buy the product. And they do have a very engaging social media interaction, so they do a great job with that. So they're intertwined with a lot of influencers, reviewers, and I'm sure they're sending out a bunch of free shit. Oops, sorry, crap, all the time. I don't know. But as a company, they are just fantastic because they do listen to the reviews. They do listen to critiques of what people liked, what they didn't like. I bet you one of the critiques, and I don't remember if I said it in my 2015 review. Yes, 2015. It's been that long on the S20, but this is not really high traction knurling right here. It's flattened. See that? So this is my 2015 era or so. I don't know. S20, but look at the new one. Look at that. Now that is legit. That is some really good knurling. So they're a great company. They do listen. They make improvements on their products all the time. By the way, they have a fantastic website, and I'll send you direct to them. Use my purchase links if you want an S2R Baton II, or maybe this one, the i3T EOS, and this little keychain light. What is this one? 3E EOS. This is darling, actually. Darling. It's freaking bright for what it is. Great website. I love their website. And then they do special editions. And then more importantly, this is a little bit smaller than the S20, which makes me happy. Now, I have this little philosophy in the Nutnfancy project. It's been rolling around forever. Longtime TMPers, you guys and gals, you know exactly where I'm going with this. It's called firepower versus mobility. Let's get real. Is this light, this one right here, the S2R Baton II, is it lighter than this? This is just a representative light. It's ancient, it's long gone, but you get the picture. No, this is heavier. It's bulkier, a little bit harder to carry. I think that's why a lot of you guys are running the Streamlights. Maybe the Phoenixes, maybe the, I don't know, the 4.7s. I don't know. But for me, and let me jump back to this because this is super, super important. I already raved about this a little bit, but this power cell right here, it's okay. The AA power cell, it's okay. It's okay. Look at that, man. It's okay. But this destroys it. An 18650. Especially the Olight ones. They are super high quality. And if you use the Olight 18650 in your S2Rs, you can do charging. Magnetic tail cap charging. Hold on F4U Corsair. I may show you that guy later. Maybe I won't. So this is what comes with a light. And this is another improvement that Olight made. So my S20s, albeit they weren't the R version, and they did make rechargeable versions. And there was a different base I may have. But this is how they're doing it now. So if you use their 18650, which by the way has an amazing burn time. I'll cover the burn times here if I remember. Maybe I won't. Oh, notice this too, dudes. It's a different orientation. And it actually goes together completely differently. So if I were to take apart that S20, it actually unscrews from the tail cap. And it has a magnetic base, just like this one does. Although in the S20 series, there was a procedure in the manual how you could remove the magnet if you wanted. You put like a little polymer base pad in there. I think that's done because, and I bet you they did that because the guys just weren't doing it. Everyone leaves the magnet in. I have, to be completely honest, I do like the magnetic tail cap. I do use it. It is slightly obnoxious because if you're running like a knife in your pocket, a multi-tool in your pocket, a Victorinox Cadet, you know the drill. It's going to be sticking to them, but I've just dealt with it. Back to the battery though. So you put it in backwards basically. So you're putting it positive side down, and notice threading here, O-ring sealed, IPX8 waterproofness, same things we've come to love and expect from them. And then it's concrete rated at 1.5 meters. So drop it on the concrete, it won't break. Oh, and by the way, I've tested that on the S20s, like a lot. And I haven't broken one yet. And they've had some hard hits. I have some S20s in the project that they look like they've been through World War III. Actually, they look like they've been through the Civil War. Yeah, they're owned. Back to the charging though, this is super cool. So you just put that right there. And some of you guys I'm sure already have the S2 and you already know it, but some guys don't. So I'm going to go over it. So then you just plug this into, I don't know, you know, USB charging port. 2.4 amps or better helps. And then it has a lighted LED in here. It'll go red and then it'll go green when you're fully charged. Super cool. And this is just a really elegant design right here. Like I was mentioning, I don't think I have it. The older style of recharging bases that the Batons used to use, it was basically a base, you'd set it in there and it had a micro USB connector, and it was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. This is much better because it's, first off, it's cool. It's blue anodized. I think it looks rad. And it's lightweight. So that's really easy to carry. And you never have to remove your battery if you don't want. Typically what I still do to this day, since I have so many lights that run 18650s, I'll pull the batteries out, I put them in a charger, a bank charger, really high quality, and that's what I do. I think I'm still using that Nitecore charger that I reviewed years ago. And it works great. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And then you have the beautiful runtime of an 18650 that will destroy a AA battery powered light, definitely a AAA battery powered light. I did used to use those, and again, burn time was so atrocious, I abandoned them. Okay, so I did go out and test this. I'm talking the S2R Baton II multiple times, and I've tested the other ones too through the years. I almost did this review like, heck, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I just got distracted. So I do have some recent footage, I believe, of the S2R. I'll roll it in here somehow, and I'm not sure if it's going to correlate to exactly what I'm talking about, but you'll get the picture. There are several modes to the S2R. This is another thing that Olight gets right. They just give you the modes that are useful. There's not a bunch of nonsense there, and it's a really elegant UI, user interface. And we're talking about runtimes, right? So the highest that this current light will put out, and this is assuming a fresh power cell 18650, is 1150 lumens. What? 1150 lumens? Dude, that is incredible. Yeah. So they're saying for 230 minutes, the throw on that, they're saying 135 meters. Like I've always said, I'll always half that throw. Whatever they say, I just half it, and that's more realistic. High is 400 lumens for 80 meters, 4 hours. And maybe I can cycle through these modes as I'm talking. Medium is 120 lumens. I think that's medium right there. 14 hours, 45 meters, half it. And then low is 15 lumens, 100 hours, 15 meters. And I really love the moonlight mode. So that's half a lumen, 60 days on the 18650, y'all. That is fantastic. That is, oh my gosh, that is so fabulous. Now, to get to the moonlight mode, the light is off right now. You have a side press switch right here. There's no end switch here. And I'll tell you what, I don't miss it. Again, I've been using it for years and years, and I don't think you will either if you are new to this light. But you're just going to press and hold to get to moonlight when it's off. See if I'm doing that right. Press and hold. There it is. Press and hold. Let me turn off my studio lights, and then we'll just take a little bit of a look here of how helpful moonlight is. And I have covered this in so many other flashlight reviews before, but as a review, one, it's going to save your batteries. Two, it saves your night vision. And then when you're out in a wilderness place, do you really need that much light? Generally not. If you have your eyes acclimated to the darkness, dudes, you don't need any more. And then, let me see. If you want to go to strobe mode, which I honestly don't use that much anymore unless I leave a campsite or something, it's like you press 3 times. I know, you guys are going like crazy right now, right? So anyways, that's strobe mode. There's low, medium, high. And by the way, it does have mode memorization, and unlike some other lights I've used from all different brands, it actually remembers the mode, which is so nice. I mean, some lights, they say they memorize the mode, to include some 4.7 lights, or whatever the heck they're calling themselves now. I haven't even checked on with that company forever. But you turn the light off and it's not in the mode you wanted it in. But this one actually does. Oh, by the way, the S2R Baton II, and probably its successors, has a freaking timer built into it. Did you know that? I knew it and forgot it. Honestly, because I don't use it. Has a long timer, 9 minutes, and a short timer. And after that period of time, the light will go out. But maybe in your application, your philosophy of use, who knows? Maybe you'll use it. In the instructions, it says when the flashlight is on, double click and hold the side switch under the current brightness level to access the timer settings, and it gives you some more details. I'm not going to do it right here. This video will be long enough. Yeah. The modes I use are, and I think you guys are the same way, low, medium, and high, occasionally turbo. Occasionally turbo. And I'm talking about my history with the S20. Same thing. So on one frigid desert shoot, everyone was getting cold. I had a crew member, I forgot who it was. Hands were frigid. He brought horrible gloves. The wind was blowing like 15 miles an hour. It was like 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And we didn't want to go in the truck and like call off the shoot. So what I did is I actually put an S20 on turbo mode, and I had him put it in his pocket, and his pocket warmed up with that. Yes, it does generate heat. It does. Now, the instructions say on the S2R Baton II that turbo mode will stay on for 2 minutes, and then it will step down to high mode within a minute. And you'll have to reset it because it's just generating a lot of heat. A ton of heat. Now, notice the difference in reflectors here. Let me turn this sucker off. This is really interesting. So this is the S20, the old version here. And I'm not going to go all super technical on you guys because most guys just don't care. I used to talk about all the LEDs and which ones they were. No one gives a shit crap anymore, so I won't do that. But the lens is completely different. It has what's called a TIR lens on the S2R. Look at that. And by the way, I love that anodized ring around it. That is super cool. Of course, I'm a sucker for blue, as you can tell. Yes. Shows 1150 lumens. It just looks super cool. I'm geeking out on how cool that looks. And the old version is at the top. Where's that S30? Well, let's look at that S30. So the S30 had a deeper reflector, more oriented towards throw, right? So if it's an EDC light, what we want is a smooth, artifactless, if I can say that word, beam, right? We want something that's clean, doesn't have specks in it. Dude, this TIR is the bomb. And I'm going to read you what I found online about it because I'll probably screw it up if I don't do this. Typical TIR lenses are rotationally symmetrical designs which give a nice round light distribution. Let me turn this light off so we can have something to look at. And again, I don't know if I'm throwing in a screenshot or whatever. Look at how smooth that is, how perfect that is. By the way, this is a wooden bookmark currently available at the Olight store. Pretty cool. I like it. Pretty cool. The lenses can be designed in arrays for multiple LEDs or have mechanical details to included to aid mounting. TIR lens versus a reflector. The basic working principle is the same for both TIR lenses and reflectors, but TIR lenses have more control over the light. With reflectors, a big part of the light doesn't touch the reflector, and this light can't be controlled in any way. This difference can easily be seen with the tight spot optics, as reflectors usually don't have as sharp cutoff as TIR lenses. Okay, that's kind of technical. Sorry about that. Bottom line is it controls the dispersion of light better for a smoother beam. That's how I read that. Okay, and by the way, I've never looked at this beam pattern and gone, oh my gosh, S20 beam patterns suck. But the TIR lens is a different technology. Better, I ain't throwing these away. I'll be honest, the S20s ain't going nowhere, but it's different. And like we just read, it gives you control over the beam pattern. So that's kind of cool. By the way, I love the 18650, but don't think you can't run this off CR123 primaries. In other words, a CR123 battery. You can, but this is sized, I'm talking width-wise, for an 18650. So if you put 123s, two of them, one here, in there, they will rattle. You can easily build a shim out of cardstock, like an index card or something like that. It will totally work. Or you can find these So these are just plastic sleeves designed for just that. So when I go out in the desert with these, I always have some CR123s, and if I run out of 18650s that are charged up, I'll just use that, and they work great. Be advised though, the light is designed for an 18650. All the power, the burn times, everything is running on 18650s. Again, it's a fabulous power source. The best, no, Olight has some other power sources that are incredible, like the 21700, I think it's called, something like that, in the Seeker. That's insane, but it's going to be bigger and heavier. Speaking of which, this one is 3.4 ounces, and it's about the same weight as the S20 was, or the S20R, 3.5. We'll just call it the same. The clip on it is a little bit different. To be completely honest with you guys, I like the S20 clip better, but this is a dual position clip. It works great. You can still use it as a headlamp. I just like the older S20 clip in Olight, if you're paying attention, because it had more resistance. It would really clip on the bill of your cap more readily right here. I still like this one, and I did go to their web store tonight, and they did have this one in stock as an accessory, and it was like really inexpensive for like, I don't know, $4 or something. You could get the older style clip. I'd recommend it. Speaking of the clips, one thing I absolutely love about them is they stay on. Yeah, they stay on. They don't fall off all the time. I can't remember when I had a clip on one of my S20s, or for that matter, S2R Baton II come off. Notice this one rotated in the older style. And this one is locked in. So you have milling in the body of the flashlight. Again, it's probably 6000 series aluminum. And so that locks in. I kind of like that better because I always found, and I still find myself rotating this clip so it's opposite the push button. Which, by the way, does talk to you. So it's showing green right there. It means the power cell is great. When it goes red, that means your battery is not doing so great. Rubber covered, again, IPX water resistance. Notice a difference in styling between these two. So gone is the hex head right here. I think initially they put that on to prevent it rolling on a table, and I talked about that in my 2015 review. But most guys are going to run their clips on it, and so it doesn't really matter. They tail stand amazingly, as you can see, just like the older ones. And by the way, that's where the magnet will come in handy. So I think that's why guys were not removing it, because there's a lot of places that you can put this and you're like, oh, rock on, man, I've got my tail standable light. And there's some other great lights that do that too, and I'm not just going to say Olight's the only game in town, and they're not. But when it tail stands like that, you can put on that super sick light cone on it. Look at that, dudes. Oh, that's so cool. So I've ran Soldier Boy drills with these, and it's a really cool way to run the course, because a guy that's not familiar with the course is out there in the middle of a very disorienting desert, and so I use these as light cones. And again, it doesn't matter if it's cold or snowing, you can see them. They work great, and I have shown them on camera a lot. This is a white light cone. I don't think this was an Olight product. I don't really remember. I went to the web store and I did not see them. Olight, you should make these available. So this is kind of a signaling cone here, dudes. Look at this, how cool that is. And that's at a low brightness level. If I go to a higher brightness level, it even ups it more. Cool. Let's go to turbo. Oh, nice. So to go to turbo, I turned it off, then I double pressed it, right? And then I can go 3 presses. Again, go to strobe. I got gloves on, so I'm not doing great. So this would actually be a good application for the light. And I know someone's probably saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to go into a seizure if you keep that up. Guys will actually say that. But as a marker, so for a traffic situation, look at how compact this is. I mean, look, and how bright that is. I mean, you can see it from like a mile away. As a signal light, here we flex into philosophy of use other than what I've used it for, EDC light, tactical light, outdoor light. It's fantastic. I mean, this is a great bug out kit light. When you talk about firepower versus mobility, I would highly recommend you guys probably carry the extra weight of an S2R. I'm just saying. And I've done that in all my bug out kits. I had like AAA headlamps. Those are gone. I threw them in the garbage. I'm just telling you. An 18650, longer burn time, has a CR123 backup, super bright, waterproof, tough, reliable. It's worth the extra weight in your bug out kits. I'm just being totally honest with you. And then if you throw in some light cones, you have signaling capability there. You've got a moonlight mode. What was that runtime again? Like 4,000 days? No, it was like 60 days. Oh, and by the way, those runtimes are at a moderate temperature. You know, if you go into cold conditions, like I've always said, your runtimes are going to cut in half. Let's look at this copper one, and they have had different ones. I have a titanium one I've shown on camera, and it's fantastic. This is a special edition S2R Baton II, and let me weigh it for you guys because it's very heavy, but it's a second cool light. So this is probably meant for flashaholics, guys who collect lights. It is 7 ounces, dude. It's 7 ounces, so that is stout, but it's cool. Just like my special edition Kalashnikov Boker. Is it absolutely practical? No, but it's freaking cool. Yeah, I finally signed this one. Yeah, they're all gone. They're sold out. Yeah, they sold out today with a special Nutnfancy clip on it, dudes. Cool knife. But this is not ultimately practical, nor is this. That's my point. Nor does it have to be. Because you really want to be happy when you wear your watch. It's an Aviate 4045, by the way. Long gone. Don't even bother looking for it. Nutnfancy hands mod. Look at that strap, dudes. Woo! Makes you happy. So when you strap in your special edition Olight S2R, whatever it is, whether it's a copper, titanium, special coloration, limited edition, it's going to make you happy. Look at how good looking that is with the blue lens or the blue ring in it. Freaking awesome. And then they like copper anodized this clip to match it. This is what I'm talking about Olight. I mean, they really get the community. They get the flashlight community, and they know there is a second cool component. Not just first cool, the second cool too, but they've got all the bases covered. Now, this has a 5-year warranty on it. Does it mean that your light will always work forever and ever and ever? No. I have an S2R right here, Baton, and it's no worky. This one right here. It's not working. I mean, I've tried different power cells. I don't know. I'm just going to send it back and they'll replace it. They're probably going to just replace it with, well, this one right here. So this is the older version before they changed the body style. This is the one I bought, by the way, years ago when I was going to do a review on the S2R. I'm glad I waited. Yeah, so I'll just send it in. And by the way, I've had failures from every light manufacturer, every single one. No one is immune. Here's your little baggie you'll get in the Olight package. Here's a cool box, and they do such a great job with packaging. I love their packaging. Another thing they do right. There's not a bunch of plastic. It's very trim. It's clean. Doesn't pollute. There's your 5-year warranty right here. And your stuff's included. Maybe I will show you this, by the way. I think there's some stuff rattling around in here I wanted to show you. Boker Kalashnikov coming in handy again. By the way, here's one of my S20s in a Phoenix headband, and I've used them this way too. So these Phoenix headbands I've had forever. They're inexpensive. These parts right here will crack over time, but I still use them. I know I can clip them on a cap, but sometimes I just want to have it riding really to the side of my head. There's something coming out of that lens right there. Whatever it is. It's like a, I don't know, layer or something. This one is ancient. This is an S20, probably, I'd say 6 or 7 years old. Used heavily. This is what I was going to show you. So that's how your rechargeable tail cap comes. And they got some other crap over here telling you to take the insulator out. Okay, as a reminder, I'm going to wrap this up because this is ridiculous how long this is going to go. Just buy them. This is literally the best EDC light. I'm talking all around EDC light that I can find right now. And I know there's some other great ones. I mean, again, Ace Beam, Night Force, Phoenix, really great lights. And I'm going to review those too, and I'll give them plenty of props. And I have in the past. If you don't believe me, go look at my lighting reviews. But I'm just telling you what I use. Okay, and again, I'm not on the payroll of Olight. They gave me not dime one for this review, no free product for this review. I just buy it with your funds that you give me and support the project with. The S2R, it has all the modes you could practically want. They're easy to access. The user interface is super duper simple. It's tough. It's waterproof. You can put your freaking lanyard on right here. I forgot to mention that. And you see this one's riding on the copper version. Comes in some really cool colors. And more will come out. So you just use my links below and just go to Olight's website once in a while and follow my Twitter account, because if I see some really cool versions, there was an S1R that just came out that was blue, as a medical blue. They gave all the proceeds to the medical community for COVID. I tweeted that out and I bought one of those. Maybe I review that separately. I don't know. With the rate I'm going, it'll probably take 7 years. It's 7 years to get around to it. Easy to recharge, and it uses the absolute best power cell out there for a compact EDC light, an 18650. Highly, highly recommended. Great job, Olight. Seriously, golf clap. Their products are fantastic. I don't think they're outlandishly priced either. I think their prices are outstanding. Nutnfancy.